Ito ang Broad Stream Cast Communicators, ang naiiba at kakaibang plataporma sa digital broadcast mula Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao hanggang sa iba't ibang dako ng mundo. Broad Stream Cast Communicators, ang sandigan ng sambayanan mula sa walang labis at walang kulang na pagbabalita, paglilingkod, maglalahad ng mga mapagbuong komentaryo at usaping pambayan para sa kapakanan ng karamihan. Broad Stream Cast Communicators, tuwirang maglilingkod ngayon hanggang sa susunod na henerasyon.
Okay, first of all, good morning everyone. Magandang umaga. Hope you all are doing fine. And today, as you can see, it's not Jaye C Bautista. Welcome to online Buhay Online, and this is not Jaye C Bautista today. In fact, as we speak, our dearest Techiemommy is going under the knife of a procedure for her knee. Yes, she is in a surgery as of now, and we are just praying for her that her surgery goes well, and we all are praying for her successful procedure. And God bless you, Mama Jaye. Hope so that it will all go best. And today, Mama Jaye has tasked me to share the latest technology news on latest technology of the world. Okay, so first of all, let's start today with sad trending news, that is Ukraine's issue that we are having as of now. So we all know that yesterday we got a news that Ukraine is giving pressure on EU group, EU corporation, that Ukraine wants to get into EU, in the organization of EU. For people who don't know what is EU, EU is European Union. Yes, so they want to get in the European Union. That's the thing. Okay, great. So, the bloodshed is going on. Everyone is out there getting killed, and it's not good actually, because what is happening, no one is getting anything out of it. Ukraine is still there saying that we are not going to surrender to Russia, and Russia doesn't want to stop. So yeah, that's what is going on, and it's really, really, tough for people to survive. The civilians are the one who are surviving this, who are, who are out there, who are facing the issues that we are facing now. So what I think, people should reconsider all the things. Russia and Ukraine should have a talk again. They should come on a conclusion, and this is very important actually. Yes. So now, first of all, let's start with the news of today, Philippines news. Okay, just a second. Okay. Mhm. Okay, there we go. Mhm. Because of Ukraine's Russia's invasion in UK, many of the ruble has fallen in its value 41%. Can you believe it? 41%. There is a downgrade in ruble, the currency used in Russia, income against US dollar. Well, these are quite concerning times that we are facing actually. Okay, here we go. So let's start with the Bulletin of Philippines. So what I can see is that Manila, yes, okay, yes, shift to alert level 1 to boost weekly economic activity by P 9.4 billion. Yes, so Malasanang said that to downshift the alert to level 1 in the national capital region, and in 38 other areas will add at least 9 P9. That is, I think so, it's 9 billion peso worth of economy activity per week, as the reduced restrictions will allow many Filipinos to have better income. Cabinet Secretary Carlo Nogales made the statement after the government's pandemic task forces decided to move Metro Manila and 38 other areas to the COVID-19 alert level 1 starting March 1 until March 15, 2022. Exactly 2022. In his press briefing on Monday, February 28, Nograles said that downshift to alert level 1 will have a positive effect on the economy, and we expect an additional P 9.4 billion worth in economic activity per week and 170,000 less unemployed individuals in the next 3 months kung tuloy-tuloy pa po itong pag-alert level 1 natin. If we continue to be under alert level 1, as he said. According to Nograles, the shift to alert level 1 was possible because of the public sacrifices to overcome the pandemic. This is the main part. Because of the public only, because we know what is happening. Because of the people, they are sacrificing, their work and everything. That's why they are staying at home. That's why we can see that it is going to shift to level 1 now. Exactly. Next is he said we are reaping the rewards of collective action. It is collective action that has resulted in more than just a restriction in our daily lives. It also means reduced restrictions that will contribute more livelihood opportunities and a better income for many people of our kababayans, fellowmans. Exactly. Hello, good morning, Miss Ma'am Angelica Paz. And yes, she is under the procedure. Her surgery is going on as of this moment. She is under the pain of anesthesia, and her surgery is going on. And hope so everything will be fine. We pray to God that she will come out fine, and she for her fast recovery. And hope so you are doing good. Ma'am Angelica, thank you so much for the stars. Thank you so much for joining us today. Okay. Yes, exactly. And however, even if the development can be considered a victory for the country, the acting palace spokesman said it was not the type of Filipinos to rejoice. Hindi pa panahon para magdiwag. It's not time to celebrate, he said. Kailangan pa rin po nating magiging responsible sa ating magsarili, sa ating pamilya, sa ating komunidad. See, he said that we still need to be responsible for ourselves, our family, and for our communities. He added what they have said earlier. Nograles reminded the public to get vaccinated. First thing, you should get vaccinated. It is very much important. And those who are qualified to already get their booster shot. Ang mga bakunang binigay na pamahalaan ay garantisadong de kalidad, ligatas at epektibo. The vaccines that the government is giving you are guaranteed of quality, safe, and effective. These three words he said. Exactly. So this was the first news. Okay. Now let's move on to the next part. Okay. Now our next news. Exactly. Now let's take the news from Manila once again. So the government is providing assistance to Filipino workers in Hong Kong who caught COVID-19. Yes. Malasanang said yesterday as the Chinese Special Administrative Region grapples with the surge in infections. Acting President spokesman Carlo Nogales said that Philippine Overseas Labor POLO, in Hong Kong immediately provided COVID-stricken Filipino worker with food, hygiene kits, and power banks to allow them to communicate while waiting for calls from the Center for Health Protection and the Hong Kong Labor Department. The Polo also coordinated with non-government organizations to provide an isolation facility to accommodate several Filipinos migrant workers out there. Polo also coordinated with the Hong Kong Labor Department. See, Polo is getting, in together with the Hong Kong Labor Department, which set up an isolation facility for our countrymen pending admission to the quarantine facility apart from providing transportation arrangements. Nograles said in a statement. The Polo has provided $200 after care financial assistance to those who recovered from COVID-19. The Overseas Worker Welfare Administration will also provide 200 for each COVID positive Filipino worker. See, they are providing $200, that is 10k peso, Filipino peso, to each COVID positive Filipino worker. Plus, Polo has also provided $200, that is 10k peso, after care financial assistance to those who are going to recover or who have recovered from COVID 19. Nograles said as of February 19, as of Feb 19.5 of the 28 Filipino workers in Hong Kong who tested positive for COVID-19 have recovered, with 3 of them back to their respective employers. See? More than 90% of hospital beds in Hong Kong are used as COVID-19 infection rose sharply because of the highly transmissible Omicron variant. According to news reporter, there are more than 130,000 Filipino migrant workers in Hong Kong. See, this is a huge number. These people, Filipinos, are working in Hong Kong. Department of Labor and Employment DOLE Secretary Sylvester Bello III yesterday confirmed that 41 Filipino domestic helpers in Hong Kong who tested positive for COVID were provided food, medicine, and cash assistance of $200 US dollars, that is 10k peso exactly. He also belied reports that a number of Filipino domestic helpers were terminated after testing positive for COVID, as COVID infection is not good valid ground to terminate a worker under Hong Kong law. See, people are terminating Filipino workers just because they are having COVID. Well, under the Hong Kong laws, it is not valid ground to terminate a worker actually. Labor Assistant Secretary Alice Vespera said more than half of 41 COVID-positive domestic helpers have completed their 2-year employment contract and are about to return home. They went straight to the airport after testing positive for COVID, had to wait for ambulance to pick them up. Of the 41 cases, Vespera said only 2 are in the hospitals, 8 have recovered, while the rest are in quarantine facilities. The Philippines government said they will provide an additional $200 more, to those OFWs, that is overseas Filipino workers, staying in quarantine facility to sustain their need. Vespera said that government would repatriate the workers overseas who have completed their employment contract as soon as they have returned negative from the infection, while those with the existing contract will go back to their employers upon completing the quarantine. Yes. Vespera has also reported that Hong Kong temporarily closed its door for returning migrants amid the surge in COVID cases. The government is yet to determine how many were affected by the temporary suspension. See, here we go. Very good, very good. Okay, so now, sorry? Okay, yeah. So now this time, let's move on. Just a second. So now it's time for us to go on Ukraine subject exactly, because the situation in Ukraine is going worse and worse day by day. It's now the 6th day of war in Ukraine, and the sadness that we all are feeling out there. It's not limited to us only. Everyone out there, whether we take it's people from any of the country, we all are feeling sadness, especially for the people who have to leave their home in Ukraine and they are going to, you know, uh, other countries. They are fleeing out of the country. Well, I think so, and what we all think is that they should have a proper communication with Russia, and they should, both of them should come on one decision. Exactly. Okay. So now this time, let's move on. Okay. So now let's quickly go on international news. Just a second. Yes, so one more Filipino news, that is Malasanang yesterday confirmed and clarified that the Alert Level 1 ruling requiring proof of full vaccination for those who will enter indoor venues for events related to May 9 elections only cover pre-election activities. Under guidelines for Alert Level 1 areas, person aged 18 and above will be required to present proof of full vaccination before joining mass gatherings or entering indoor establishments, including venues for election-related events. The Commission on Elections (COMELEC) had previously said unvaccinated individuals would not be allowed to cast their votes unless disqualified by law. As it stands now, what it covers as pre-election day election-related activities, acting presidential spokesman Carlo Nograles said at a press briefing. Nograles added that the government's pandemic task force is continuously coordinating with the COMELEC to come up with additional protocols and procedures that would ensure the safe conduct of election. Again, this is also fulfillment of our respect to the COMELEC as an independent constitutional body. The conduct of the election is within its jurisdiction. Areas that are under Alert Level 1 starting today until March 15 are Metro Manila, Abra, Apayao, Baguio City, and Kalinga in the Cordillera Administrative Region, Dagupan City, Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, La Union, and Pangasinan in the Ilocos region, Batanes, Cagayan, City of Santiago, Isabela, and Quirino in Cagayan Valley, Angeles City, Aurora, Bataan, Bulacan, Olongapo City, Pampanga, and Tarlac in Central Luzon, Cavite and Laguna in Calabarzon, Marinduque, Puerto Princesa City, and Romblon in Mimapropa, and Naga City and Cataduanes in the Bicol region, Akalan, Bacolod City, Capiz, and Guimaras in Western Visayas, Suiquijor in Central Visayas, and Biliran in Eastern Visayas. Mindanao areas that will be under the most relaxed alert issue are Zamboanga City in the Zamboanga Peninsula, Cagayan de Oro City, and Camiguin in the northern Mindanao, and Davao City in the Davao region. More than 62 million Filipino have been fully vaccinated against COVID-19, while some 10 million have others, availed themselves of booster shot. Okay. So this was our today for Filipino music. Now this time let's move on to the international news. So as we were talking about our Ukraine news and everything, this time let's move on to more international news for Filipinos. So more Filipinos fleeing Ukraine amid Russian invasion. While majority of Filipinos in Ukraine want to flee amid Russia's unprovoked assault, the Department of Foreign Affairs said that they are choosing to stay and wait out the ongoing conflict. See, they are still wanting to stay out there. DFA Undersecretary for Migrant Workers Affairs Sarah Lou Ariola on Monday, Feb 28, said more Filipinos have reached out to them to join the Philippines government's repatriation efforts. Ariola said that they are still waiting for more Filipinos who evacuated Ukraine's capital to Kiev to arrive in the western city of Lviv, where they will be transported to the border with Poland. We are still waiting na dumating sila lahat sa Lviv to arrive in Lviv for the second batch of border crossing, Ariola said during the virtual Laging Handa briefing. Ariola said 13 Filipinos who have arrived in Poland are currently staying in a hotel in Warsaw while waiting for the results of RT-PCR tests before their flight by Monday night or Tuesday morning. Meanwhile, 6 Filipino evacuees have so far arrived in Republic of Moldova as of Monday morning, including a medical student, 2 Filipino working for an international organization, and two overseas Filipinos married to Ukrainian nationals, one of them who traveled with her 2-year-old son. Yes, exactly. However, Ariola said some of the Filipinos who have evacuated to Lviv have no plans to get repatriated and want to stay in Ukraine until the pace of assault ease. Mayroon pa rin pong maraming Pilipino na lumilikas papuntang Lviv pero ayaw nila magpa-repatriate. Exactly. There are still many Filipinos who have evacuated to leave but don't want to get repatriated. They just want to wait it out and see, the Foreign Affairs official noted. What we are trying to do is to be in constant contact with Filipinos who choose to stay, at least know where they are, and give them assistance or care packages kung kinakailangan if needed. She added. Ariola added. Most of them, Ariola explained, are either married to a Ukrainian and already have a family there, or household service worker who refuse to leave their employers. Exactly. Ariola added that the Filipino Honorary Consul General in Kyiv remains open to provide assistance to Filipino affected by the heightened tension between Ukraine and Russia. Filipinos in Ukraine who wish to be repatriated may get touch with Philippines embassy in the Warsaw through the following contacts. There are, you have your contacts out there. They have given their email, emergency hotline, office mobile number, and those who are in need of repatriation assistance near the borders as at Moldova and Romania may reach the Philippine embassy in the Budapest through the contacts that is all given. Exactly. They have given their email, they have given their emergency hotline, they have given their PE emergency hotline, Budapest emergency hotline, they have given their WhatsApp numbers and everything. Exactly. So that's all for news today. And now today we will be tackling the the main part, the main topic for today is that you can file taxes on your iPhone or Android devices. Yes, so this is our today's topic. How you are going to file now your taxes on your iPhone or Android devices. See, because most of the time we have to go outside, we have to go to the income tax department to fill our taxes and everything out there. But now it is not much important. Now it's not, important, or it's not mandatory to go out there. You can now file taxes. Yes, you can now file taxes on your iPhone or Android devices. Let's talk how. Preparing your own taxes might seem daunting. Exactly. But really all you need is the correct paperwork and understanding of the deadline and access to the prep software like TurboTax and H&R Block, which can help you guide through the sometimes tedious process. And depending on which your devices you have at home, you could file your taxes completely on your smartphone. Many tax preparation software companies have apps you can download on your iPhone or your Android phone, whatever you are having, so that you can do your taxes on the go. Most of your taxes related paperwork might be digital. If not, you can use, if you have some, if you are not having those in digital or soft copy, you can, use camera to scan the documents. So you can just upload tax files from your email or file management app. And if you decide you need your computer, these apps allow you to resume your tax return on your computer or other devices without any issues. See, if you don't want to do it on your phone, or if you are doing it on your phone, now you want to shift it to your laptop or your computer, PC, you can shift it there without any issues, because these apps allow you to continue on other devices without any issue. If you are considering filing your own taxes on your smartphone this year, see here what you should know, both good and bad. And if you plan on going, just a second. Yes. And if you do plan on going mobile this year, we'll take a closer look at 3 tax apps that can help you to get your tax return. Here we go. So first, we are going to see that why should I do my taxes on my smartphone and tablet? You must all be thinking that why is it important? We never it is never like said, or we never did it, so why we are going to do it now? What is the importance? Exactly. That's the thing. That's the main part, that why we are going to do it. Exactly. So just a second. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now I'm going to give you all a poll. Let's see how many people want to file taxes online. Okay, so here we go. So here we go. Now here's the poll that you have got. Yes, exactly. The poll are on your screens. So as you can see, while we continue talking, let's see how many people would like to do their taxes on smartphone or tablet. Exactly. Yes. So here we go. So now let's see how many people are going to say yes, definitely. Okay. Okay, so here we go. So now let's see the point that why should we do taxes on smartphone or tablet? You might not be keen on doing taxes on your smartphone because it may not seem, difficult and tedious. And because there are many reasons why it might be a great idea for you. First, the first one, it is convenient. Not everyone has access to a computer, but most of the people own a smartphone these days, whether it's an Android or an iOS device. Most popular tax apps are available from both Play Store Google and App Store Apple. Play Store is in Android devices and App Store is in iOS devices. So filing taxes on your mobile device, especially a tablet, is incredibly convenient if you don't have a laptop or desktop. This is the first point. The second point is it could be quicker. You can do it very quickly. You don't have to go to the tax office and go file. You don't have to stay in the lines to file everything. It could be quicker. If you used to have a tax app before, using it again can make filing process quicker thanks to the information previously saved. And if you take advantage of mobile features such as document scanning with your camera, you could potentially fill out your taxes quicker on the phone or tablet than you would require on a laptop, like your laptop or computer. Because on laptop computer you need to first scan it, then you are going to put it on there. So now, let's move on to the third one. Live support is available on camera. If you have trouble with filing out any of the tax forms via app, you might have the option to do a video call with a tax specialist, like an accountant or an attorney of that, where you are going to tax the files to get the personalized advice. And if you are worried about them seeing your information, actually they can. They don't have access to your personal information unless you provide them. Exactly. Okay, here we go. Now, next part. So these are some of the, advantages why you should do taxes on this. Now, what's you must be thinking that okay, if there is something good, there will be bad as well. Because as I always say, you know, even though something is having a good face, it will have a bad face as well. It's FSCE, not FPHASC. It's FSCE face. So even if if you think something is very good, it's not going to harm you. But there are some bad effects as well because in this world, if there is white, there is black as well. If there's good, there's bad as well. So let's see what's bad. You must be thinking that what is the bad thing that we are going to get, what it will like, is it going to hamper or something like that? So let's see. See, there's a negative side to do, negative side doing taxes on your mobile devices. Yes, there are. So it's not always that you are going to have, good points. There are some bad points as well, but let's check it out. Okay, let's check it out and then we will see. It could be a major security issue. Most of these tax apps have a built-in feature that lets you scan your physical W-2 or other tax papers with your smartphone camera to automatically import your information like your social security number, address, and mobile phone number. Unfortunately, this may save a photo in your camera roll, which is bad news if you forget to delete it and your phone is then lost or stolen. If this happens, if anyone has access to your device, they could easily find photos with all your precious information and use them for malicious purposes. Exactly, like when you are going to take a pic of the, picture and all of your document, it's going to save a photo in your, camera roll, in your gallery of the phone. So what happens if you're going to lose your phone, or if it's going to get, like going to get stolen, then someone can see your photos and everything out there. So it is very difficult. Let's see the second point. It might be difficult to do, especially if your taxes are complicated. Like, my question is, did you invest in cryptocurrency this year? Or did you buy a house? Do you own a business? If you answered yes to any of these questions, filing your taxes on your mobile phone or tablet might not be the best idea, because working on your phone might get unwieldy when taxes get more complicated, because there are several numbers of things. As I'm not a student, I'm not a person who have ever worked on account department or taxes department, but these gets quite how can I say, complicated when you are doing taxes, when you have, you own a business, especially when you own a business. It is very much difficult because there's so much income, and there's expenditure, there's revenue and everything out there. So that's the thing. It might be difficult to do so, especially when the taxes are quite complicated in these type of, things, in these type of points. The third point, features that are available on computer might not be accessible on mobile. See, this happens many times when a computer software is ported over to mobile. Certain functions and settings get lost. It could be something as simple as a file size limits for uploads, which might make it difficult to upload files to the tax app via your phone. Whatever it is, these missing feature can make it more difficult to do your taxes on your mobile phone. See what happens, because the processor and everything of laptop is much higher than that of what is phone, of your Android devices or iOS devices, those small, your tablets or smartphones, because they both have a, their specifications are there. They both have their own, they both have their own specifications, they both have their own things that how you are going to use, because the things that you can, some of the things that you can do on smartphone, you cannot do it on your laptop, or the things, some of the things that you can do it on your laptop, you cannot do it on your smartphone. That's the thing. That's why if you will see, whenever you will go on Chrome, you will see there's a desktop option, desktop site, to change it into a form of desktop, your PC, to have that experience. So that's the thing. There are many things out there that will not allow you to do when you import your, portals or something like that. So now this time, if you are one of the person who is going to do taxes online, you like to do taxes online, as I said, would you like to file the tax on your phone? So for that, if you choose yes, then, and you said yes, so let's choose the, Go Mobile for your taxes this year. Here are some of the best apps out there that will help you to, um, with your taxes. So the first is TurboTax. Yes, TurboTax by Inshoot is one of the most popular tax apps available for mobile devices. If you have used the online version on your computer, then the application is pretty much the same thing. First, You will be asked to answer several questions so that TurboTax has a better understanding of what your tax return will look like, dependents, deductions, credits, and so on. Once that's finalized, you can begin with the free process of e-filing. You will need to pay for more complicated returns using any number of features, such as document scanning, video calls with tax professionals, and multi-device integration and previous year data transfer. Just a second. My charger is not working. Here we go. Okay. My laptop is going to discharge actually. Sorry. Okay, here we go. So yeah, let's continue. Okay. So now, this is such as for your document scanning, video calls with tax professionals, multi-device integration, and previous year data transfer to make all it seems seamless as possible, because it's going to help you for sure. Now, the second app for today is just a second if I can show you the picture of TurboTax. There we go, just a second. Okay, so I have got the picture. Here we go. Let's get the picture here. So here we go. As you can see here on my this screen, this side, this is Insured's TurboTax. This is the apps, or this is the software's picture out there online, which you can go to and you can file your taxes. This is one of the apps out there. Exactly, as we are talking about digital world, as you can see here, we are talking about digital world, we are going on the first app today to file the taxes, that is TurboTax. Exactly. So now let's continue. Let's go on to the next app. The next app is H&R Block. Exactly, H&R Block. This is one of the second app that we are going to talk about, that is going to help you to file your taxes and everything. So let's start with it. So H&R Block for tax file and prep app provides many of the same features as the other app on this list. You can scan documents with your camera, contact tax experts for help, use multiple devices to finish e-filing, and enable the security feature such as two-factor authentication and Face ID, Touch ID, sign-in options. Once you're ready to file, you can have a tax pro do a thorough review of your return and file on your behalf, or do it yourself. You can file for free if you have a simple tax return, but there are also paid options for complex taxes. You can pay when you are ready to file. Exactly. That's the thing. So whenever you are ready, you are allowed to pay when you are going to file the taxes for more complicated points. So let's show you the H&R Block. Okay, here we go. So now here we go. Now the second app, that is H&R Block. As you can see here, there's a picture I have put there. H&R Block. This is also one of the second app or the software you can use to file your taxes. There are two options. For your simple tax, you can go for free for your the simple taxes that you do by yourself. But for the complex taxes that is out there, that you want to do the complex taxes, you can pay for them. You can pay for them, and you will get everything. You can review everything, or you can do it by yourself. Exactly. Okay, so now this time let's move on to our last app for today. Okay, so now our last app for today is Tax Slayer. So yeah, this is one of the um, top apps out there, which is going to help you with your taxes and everything. Exactly. So let's start with it as well, and we are going to see what is out there. So TaxSlayer isn't a household name like the other two tax apps on this list. If you have seen the first one, it is TurboTax, and the second one is HR and Block. So these are, like household name. But there is one major reason to look for it, using it for e-filing on your smartphone this year: the cost. The cost. Although it lacks some of the features that its competitors have, like scanning documents with your camera or receiving mid-year tax check-ins, TaxSlayer offers good prices for more complicated with tax returns that involve self-employment, investments, and rental properties, and more. Exactly. If you will see other other apps, they will charge you something like that. TaxSlayer is also going to charge, but it is cost effective. Yes, exactly. That is, you are going to pay little amount of money. It offers good prices for complicated taxes and return. Exactly. And though it lacks some, in some features that other apps have, like scanning or receiving check-ins for mid-year tax, but it's a good app. Exactly. So now here we go. So this was the end, and taxes are due pretty soon, which is why we have got you covered today in our this segment, because taxes are the important, and it is our duty to pay the tax. Exactly, because taxes is the way that government is going to do the development of our society out there. That's why. So now let me show you the picture so that you will know which is the tax layer. Tax layer logo is quite similar to TurboTax. There we go. Just a second. Okay, sorry. There we go. Yes, so here we go. This is tax layer. If, as you can see out there, this is tax layer's apps, or this is the software. If you are going to use it on PC, the software's logo, and if you are going to use it on phone, there's the app as well. So yeah, these are the three apps. The first one is TurboTax, which is going to help you with everything out there. There's so many features out there, getting assistance and everything. The second one is H&R Block. As you can see, this is also one of the best app, the top two apps, and this is the top three app, Tax Layer, as you can see. So these three apps are going to help you out there with your, taxes, whatever you are going to do. So keep in mind, taxes are due. If your taxes are due, make sure to pay it. Okay, make sure to pay it, because we have got you covered today in our this topic, how to pay your taxes if you don't want to go outside, if you want to pay through your comfort of your home. Exactly. Okay, so now this time, so as you know, I have kept picture. If you can see, we still have 10 minutes, so I'm gonna talk a little bit about something, because it's quite concerning these days. Uh, because social security threats. because you are using social medias. As you can see, there's a picture out there, the digital world. We say that we should become a digital world, we should do everything online. And as you can see here as well, if you can see, there's a picture, people are out there sitting on their laptops doing something. So we all want to go online, we want to go everything, we want to go everything online, digital thing and everything. That's why we want to do it. But still, there are something that we should keep in mind while going online, while we are going on, while we are going on for our. Okay, yeah, sorry, I got stuck. So while we should do, next is our 7 tips for using it. Super bad. 7 tips for using social medias very safely. First is make use of privacy setting. Exactly. If you are, using social medias and out there, such as, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Google Plus, you should always keep in mind and you should always feel concerned about your social media privacy. Okay, so now let's start with the first topic, that is make use of privacy settings. Read the site's privacy policies and use its privacy and security settings to control who you can see your personal information. For Facebook, let's say example offers control over who can see your basic profile or full profile, your posts, photos, or whatever appears in your timeline. Exactly. Now, the next part is don't overshare. You probably know much more better than to broadcast your mother's maiden name or the name of your first pet. You might be sensible, choose not to disclose your birthday. How much are, it is most of the time, it is, related. That's why. That's why. Next thing is, it's not a popularity context. Don't accept every friend or followers request you get. Only connect with the people you know in real life or whose identity you know is genuine. Criminals create fake onlines in order to befriend others and harvest personal information. So if you receive a friend request from someone you thought you were already friends with, don't blindly accept them. Like this time, keep in mind, never accept everyone's request. Check it, if see if the person is genuine, then on. Okay. Now the next one is, don't link accounts. Always keep in mind, use a separate email, use strong password. The next one, the seventh point, is use strong password, because you have heard it again and again. Use a separate password for each social account. Make it at least 8 digits long and a combination of upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. You probably don't use separate password because password are, by their very nature, hard to remember. So to get around it, avoid having a massive, like ton filled with your password. You could devise yourself a code only you know. For example, you can assign each vowel an animal, then take the first site name to start creating a truly a unique password. Perhaps combine it with numbers of letters in the website name, giving you something no one could guess. With this, with this code, your Facebook password might become ant88, like ANTEIGHT, and there's a number 8. Twitter becomes iguana77, IGUNA SEVEN, and then a number 7. And for extra layer of security, choose a username that doesn't help identify you. Okay, so always keep in mind, try to have unique username, try to have unique passwords, because we don't know what is going to happen. Use a separate email. On that note, you could, go even one step further, create a separate email account to use with each social network. That way, your main email account is protected from any spam or phishing email you may receive. Because most of the time, what happens that, the sites where you enter your email, they, let your slides, allow your email to go on with different people. They give it to different companies, which is going to send phishing emails. It's not phishing, it's phishing. PHISHING. Phishing email. Spam, when they send you different type of threats email, different type of spam and fake emails. like you have won this much of money and everything. That's all the thing. And the next is beware of links. Avoid clicking on links in messages, tweets, posts, and online advertisement. These may be links to viruses or other forms of malicious content because you don't know what is in the link. They show you something's there, but it's something else. You will get it out. Don't link your accounts. Many websites and apps give you the option to log in with Facebook rather than apps creating a separate account. By doing this, your social media network may share all the information it holds about you, including the date and the place of birth of you, your email address and employment details along with photos. Furthermore, with just one login for multiple sites, if one site is hacked, then all your accounts are compromised too. Always keep in mind, don't link accounts. Always create a new account with some of the new email. Always remember the password. If you don't remember it, write it out somewhere so that you can remember it. Okay? And these are all the 7 tips that's for you to keep in mind while you are having you are on social media, because it's time, because there are so much of security threats are out there, social media threats are out there. That's why. Okay, so now at last, as the we are only left with 4 minutes, so I just want to say that file your taxes, be aware using social medias, don't overshare the things, don't overshare. So that's the thing. And as Ukraine, let's go back 2 minutes for Ukraine and Russia. Because of invasion of Russia, Ukraine is suffering a lot. And what I think, what everyone thinks, that you know this should come to an end. Ukraine and Russia should have a talk, and they should stop this thing, because it is not only threat to Ukraine, it is threat to the whole world, because Russia has said to use uh, nuclear power, nuclear bombs as well. They have activated their ports for the deplosion, for the uh, attacks for nuclear power. That's why. So we should all um, pray to God that it will come to an end. We are going, and it's going to stop, because it's now the 6th day of the war between Ukraine and Russia, and we should uh, pray to God that it must come to an end. We all should get in peace again, because nobody has ever got anything out of it. That's why. So because just one quote I would like to share with you all on this point only, because as we are talking about the wars and all, so I want to share: the war will end, the leaders will shake hands, the old woman will keep waiting for her martyred son, the girl will wait for her beloved husband, and those children will wait for their heroic father. I don't know who sold our homeland, but I saw who paid the price. It is by Mahmoud Darwish. We all know. The last line says that I don't know who sold our homeland, but I saw who paid the price. So by this, I would like to end our today's show, and I'll meet you again on Thursday, because tomorrow I'll be not at home. So let's meet you again on Thursday. So till then, take care, stay safe, everyone. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat for joining us today. And as Mama Jay says every time, 3 things that you should always remember in your life. That is love, faith, and hope. Pag-asa, pagmamahal, and last one, sorry, I don't know, but these are the 3 things that you should keep in your mind. And till then, take care, guys, stay safe, and don't forget to pay your taxes, and enjoy the rest of the day, and happy lunchtime. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Take care. Bye bye. See ya. And